Hey,
I
good.
always look like a drowned rat when we do these
I mean,
videos.
that's because you always take it and shoot the video right after a shower.
At least I'm
Hey,
clean.
hey, y'all. Hey,
At least I'm clean.
welcome to She's Clean, I'm Not Coffee with the Masons. With the Masons.
And water. So,
Coffee.
my
So,
dollar sweater.
dollar sweater, yard sale t-shirt.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Why are you sitting back? You need to sit up.
Because it feels comfortable.
Sit up a little bit. There we go. Now we look more even.
Whoa.
Stop.
So,
We're going to title this
99 Days Clean,
and
a book recommendation.
really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Yay.
So today is 99 Days Clean.
99. Reflect on that.
Reflect on that. Well, it was
Por
90.
favor.
It was 100 short days ago. My wife
Oh,
and
dadgum,
I,
100 days ago.
my wife and I made a tactical decision. Tactical,
Strategic.
strategic, tactical, life-saving
Oh,
decision
life-saving.
to call the cops on me because I had a particular substance in my possession. I could have ran. We were fighting. She said she was calling the cops. I told her go ahead.
I was done, doo-doo-doo,
And
done, done.
I sat about a foot away from my right leg right now, waiting on her to pull up. And she
then-
made the decision to fight for me, so I made the decision to fight along with her.
The nice police officer that came and arrested him for possession, very nice man. He's on the drug task force of our local municipality, and he said he had never had an arrest like ours. Woohoo!
Yeah, there was no investigative work to be done, no stakeouts. It was, hey, I got it, come get me. Us.
We're us, turned him in. And while he was locked up, getting clean, he heard of one other person in the last 25 years that had done something similar.
Yeah, back
So-
in the 90s sometime.
About once every 25 years, somebody in our county, municipality, decides to turn themselves in and get clean.
Cheers.
The outcome of such is we're still together. He is healing. He is clean. We're happy.
I'm even
Reasonably.
doing things around the house.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that. But
Get it done.
to make that call was pretty daggum traumatic. It was the end of I guess this is more of a synopsis of where we've been in the 100 days.
I mean, you think it was dramatic. Making the call, you should have been the anxious one waiting on the cop to get here.
It took him 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, very nice arresting officer, and
He actually prayed with me.
prayed with
while
him
we
in
were
the
on
back
break,
of
yeah.
the, prayed with him, told him, what did he say to you?
God is not done with you.
God's not done with you. In this channel, it may be one of several projects that ultimately come out of him being clean.
Yeah.
How we impact people here versus more one-on-one eventually, if there's work to be done in that field more directly, we don't know yet. He felt very led of the Spirit at the time, but it's hard to be led of the Spirit when you're getting clean. So we'll see where.
Not really. I mean, it's,
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right.
I told myself it was going to be at least a year from then before I even seriously started considering it. So.
Right. You've got to walk the walk.
Right. Right.
So now that we have that out of the way,
A book recommendation.
a
So
book recommendation.
a couple of videos ago, I told y'all about the biggest demon that I'm battling, about me being sexually abused as a child.
You were
and,
assaulted.
and yes, I was assaulted.
There's molest, and I think there's more violence involved. We're just trying to go for the right word. He was assaulted.
Yeah, I mean, having said that, we also said, my wife mentioned that I started seriously fighting this demon when she gave me a book. I
Threw it
didn't
out.
take it seriously to start with, but when I started reading the book, started realizing that a lot of things in that book apply directly to me. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal the book to you now. It is Allies in Healing by Laura Davis.
Here you go. Turn around. When the person you love was sexually abused as a child by Laura Davis. Sorry, it's in reverse, but that's all we got.
Yeah, it's and it says when the person you love, but if you really want to get to the root cause of it, or really get to where the demon's out in the open, you can battle him. The survivor needs to read the book too, because that's when I started reading the book. I'm probably halfway done with it now. I'm still reading it, but when I started realizing that some of the stuff in there is some of the stuff I'm going through, I figured why not give it a shot. And since I started reading this book, my wife's not the only person that knows about that now. So it's been helpful.
I bought the book because probably 2 years into the marriage we were having issues with intimacy, not in a horrible way, but I knew that it was related to what he had been through, and I thought a book would help me understand. And this is, I think, what Amazon recommended, because there's not a lot written about it. There's
Right.
a very little written about it. And I think it's actually a really common problem that, I was molested by an uncle when I was 6 or 7. Not to the point you were, just gropey stuff. But,
Yeah.
It's actually really common. And nobody's saying enough about it. So we're going to destigmatize that too while we're at it.
It when it happens, it leaves scars because it is a very painful thing to go through. But the scars do not have to control your life. They do not have to define your life for the rest of your life. So
Yeah.
you can get past it.
I got the book for myself as a partner to try and understand his point of view, or some of the things in his head, because he wouldn't talk about it. He wouldn't help me understand, because I don't think he understood. And then when we had that big fight around the SpongeBob episode, I felt like he was sabotaging his recovery, and I'd had enough, and I pretty much threw it at him, and I said, "Deal with your demon, or I'm done." And to his credit, he has been dealing with it, really dealing with it. And you can tell, like his sleep, he went from sleeping all the dadgum time to being up at 2:45 every single morning. And I asked him, like, to me, timing is everything. And I said, "When did the sleeping problem start? Was it when you started reading the book?" He said, "Yes." So I'm like, your mind and your subconscious mind are still are grappling with what you've been through. So that's, and it helps. I just think it helps. So talk about a little bit about the book and what couple things. Anything comes to mind.
I mean, one in particular was self-destructive behavior. She talked about, she used the word sabotage, and my entire life, I have been in different relationships and sabotaged every one of them. And I never knew why. I thought it was just because I didn't want to be tied down. No, it ties back to the past. Survivors tend to self-destruct or sabotage because they don't want people to get that close to them to where they have to talk about it. They want to keep it quiet. They want to suppress the emotions. They want to suppress the memories. You can't do that because it'll ride with you the rest of your life, and no matter what decision you make, it'll be based on that. And that was part of my poor decision making.
I think because and this is just, I can't back this up with fact, but life experience. I think if you are abused as a child, you're hardwired to relive the abuse, or abuse becomes your comfort zone, or something happens to the wiring in your brain to where once you've been abused, or it has had that much of an impact. For him it did, for me it did not. And he's just started abusing himself. And this has happened. Family and friends of ours are in similar patterns that we're aware of. When you look back over, if you know somebody for a lifetime, you can say, yeah, I can see where that might be where they're at. Might be how huge impacts. So, anything else?
I recommend it. It's a good read. I'd say it's a good read. It's good information. It's not necessarily a good read. It's about like reading stereo instructions. What it is, it's a book that people that are going through the same thing, or partners of people that are going through the same thing, send in questions. And she's posted the questions in the book and is answering the questions. And you don't have to read the whole. Some questions might not apply to what you're going through. You don't have to read every one of them, but if you take the time to go through each individual question, you find one that just piques your interest, then there's an answer for you. So it's a good book, really is.
So it's helping us helping him to heal, making big strides forward. He's cleaning up his exterior environment. I think his internal environment is getting into some sort of new wiring, writing a new dialogue, writing a new script for the rest of his life, hopefully. And
Yeah.
that's where we're at. So we hope this has helped someone, and we're just gonna keep knocking out these videos, and we want to document not just his recovery, but the recovery of our marriage from addiction. Yes, I think there's a lot of people out there, more people struggle with addiction in some form or fashion than want to talk about it. So we're documenting that process. We're at day 99, and thank you for joining us on this journey. Do you have any Bible verse in mind? For God so loved the world. Do that one.
Hold on. Ephesians 6:10.
Okay.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, and God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.